Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and this is May's Rainbow Crush, a YouTube and Instagram hop run by the Paper Snob. And this month our color is purple. There's not a lot of purple in scrapbooking stuff. It's getting better. Vicki Boutin is helping. Shamel is helping. Some other collectors or creators and stuff are helping out some. I went with the this picture because it's got some purpley hues in it. I just grabbed all the purple scraps from my little purple scrap drawer. And thought I could use some of these up. I have this paper from All the Good Things by Vicki Boutin, a very old collection, and I love this paper. Luckily, I've got more than one of them. And then just a plain solid white cardstock. So I'm going to try and get some of this stuff used up. I love getting scraps used up. Makes me happy. I have this Tim Holtz distress stencil that I want to... Nope. Distress stamp I want to use. I've got a couple of ink pads, and then I'm going to bring in a couple of ink sprays. I have this word romance that I'm going to ink up, as well as those stars right there. I've got some wordy bits. I've got different embellishments from a few different collections, mostly Vicki Boutin, and then some random stuff. These tickets from 49 and Market. I'm not going to use everything here, but pretty much. And then I have these gemstones that I want to get some of those on there as an extra little thing. So I have my papers, my embellishments, my mixed media. I have my pictures and hopefully an idea. So let's see how this goes. So I'm going to get started with spraying these out because they take a little longer to dry, and I really want them to mostly dry on their own. If I pat them dry, then they lose a lot of the saturation, and I really wanted them to get a little bit more saturated and hold their color a little. So I set those aside. I sprayed one star and the word romance with a Delusion shimmer spray called Crushed Grape, and then I sprayed the other two stars with Wilted Violet. I did dribble a little Wilted Violet on purpose on that the shiny one because I thought it would just kind of add a little something to it. I love the way it turned out. Not on purpose, but I love the way it turned out. I used Shaded Lilac and Villainous Potion for my stamping, and a couple of the different Tim Holtz stamps. And then I just set that aside so it dry a little bit. That splatter there is from a watercolor paintbrush. I took it to the stamp after I used it to kind of help clean the stamp off, and then decided to splatter it. And I love the way it looks. It's a little bit different of a shade because it's watered down, and that Villainous Potion is not a Distress Oxide. So it just kind of made it a little thinner and lighter. So I put that on there, and I love the way that turned out. So now I have matted both pictures on a white solid background, very thin border, and then I'm just taking these little scraps of purple paper and building pretty much a background, but kind of wonky. Like I'm wanting, because they're all smaller and aren't going to cover completely, I just put like one piece in the top right and one piece in the bottom left and overlap them until I get a good cover all the way around. And then I'm going to overlap the pictures with the color one on top of the black paper and the black and white one on top of the purple, splattered paper. I covered that lamp in the background, or the stage light, whatever it might be, because it's very bright. And in the noir or the black and white picture, it's not as attention seeking, like it doesn't grab your eye as much, but in the one in color, it's definitely kind of blinding a little bit. So I went ahead and covered that up. Since both pictures are identical, I just changed the filter. I figured, it's fine to have that little bit of him covered up. So this picture is from the Romeo and Juliet Broadway play that I went to go see with my friends back in September. And this picture is taken during intermission. The way that the play worked was they came out before the play started and hung out on stage, like just hanging out, like as their character, but they were just hanging out. Like at one part of the play, it was just like the beginning. It was so unexpected. And so, and then at intermission, Romeo, who's played by Kit Connor, came out and just kind of sat on this bed, which was the beginning of the next scene, but It had not officially started yet. It's the only reason I took a picture, because I did not take pictures during the actual performance. So anyway, I wanted to put that out there because I'm not that person. I do have production pictures that the company put out that I will be documenting. I'm not sure if I'll do those on camera or not. I haven't decided, but I do have those. So when you see those, I will be making sure you all know that they're from the production company, and I did not first of all, the pictures are phenomenal, so it's not like something I could have taken. But anyway, so I will be documenting those at some point in the near future. I'm very busy documenting beach pictures right now, so it's a little different to be using these, but none of my beach pictures really called for purple. And the layout I chose for today's May I Scrap Lift You, I am absolutely in love with the layout that I picked to scrap lift, and I didn't want to do it in all purple. So I decided just to do 2 videos today. So you're welcome, or I'm sorry. I don't know, whatever works. So I am building 2 clusters. One thing I did put a frame on here. It came from the dollar store. It was just in a collection I've had forever. It has like a purple hue too. It's like a shiny silver purpley hue. And I thought, oh, this would look cool. So I put it over with a piece of acetate underneath it. So if I didn't like it, I didn't have to keep it. But I do like the way that it looked. And then I put the title Amazing down here. And I put some fun foam, or actually it's just some double-sided tape, foam tape, so that it would not divot too much from where that frame is behind it. And then I just made a cluster in the top left corner and the bottom right corner. And then I made my own little space for a cluster up here at the top. I made with a piece of purple scrap paper. I made a little banner and fishtailed it, put it up there, added another flower. Those flowers are from the Vicki Booten collection, her newest one with 49 and Market. Flower Emporium. It's the first thing I've used from the collection. I'm starting small, y'all. Give me a break. I'm having a hard time thinking about using it, but I have a ton of it, so I need to. And then I put that little word, the romance word over there. That is a Blue Fern Studios unique papercraft design. I don't know how old that is. The tag on the back is faded, so like it's old. I don't even know where it came from. Someone could have gifted it to me. I don't know. But I colored it in that shimmer spray, the grape shimmer spray. And then I just add as many little purpley things as I can find that make me happy. And put those around everywhere. I put like the floral in every one of the clusters, a star. There's a heart in every cluster. I did not put the little tickets in every cluster because the purple ticket, which is a 49 and Market, is the same color pretty much as that little piece of paper I used as the banner. So I didn't feel like I needed to put one up there. Here is the close-up. I did finish it off with the jewels, and I did a purple, blue, and pink jewel for a couple of reasons, but mainly because those are the colors that really come out in the colored picture. So I wanted to go ahead and put the green, purple, and blue the pink, purple, and blue on there. I love how this turned out. I am super excited. I'm thrilled that I got to document this moment. This is the first and only Romeo and Juliet that's ever been nominated for a Tony Award. So that's super exciting, and I got to see it. So that's awesome. I hope you'll go check out everybody who's hopping along with Rainbow Crush, the lovely Tara, the Paper Snob, and all the other people who are creating for today. It will be listed below in a playlist. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope you'll come back and do it again. Have a great day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.